Good morning. It's Idiot of the Day, calling the live stream Commit, Don't Quit. I'm early today. Realize I may not have anybody on. I don't even know if anybody's even going to see that I'm doing it. But the reason for this is had a little bit of problem last night before going to bed. You're not going to be able to see it, but my glasses, they broke right in here, the lens portion to I'll do this again. Hey Priscilla, how are you? It's nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming over. I really appreciate it. I'm sure Kay's not going to like this, but I can't do this later. I had a problem last night. I can't see very well today. That's the main reason. I realize you might not be able to stay, but thanks for coming over. I do appreciate it. The reason for this, oh yeah, I'm a little tired too, but I'm so glad it's Friday. Hey Harry Bishop, how are you? It's nice to see you. Oh no, that's okay. If no audio, that's fine. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one, Harry. Thanks for popping over. But yeah, the reason for this today, Priscilla, my glasses, I was sitting there right about 11 o'clock and I heard a pop. And the portion that goes from the metal portion to the glass, it popped out. And it's kind of going like this all morning. So I had to go to the bank, do a few things. But then I had to try to call the optometrist and see if they can set me up. So I'm going to try to go right after lunch. So I had been the last couple of days doing it at 2 o'clock, but I'm not going to be able to make that. So I'm sure Kay won't appreciate this, but you know what? Everybody's doing their live shows, so I'm just doing one today too. Hey, ma'am, how are you? It's great to see you. Oh, Priscilla, Duke couldn't sleep last night, so I had to stay up with him. Oh gosh, that's horrible. Hey, I understand that. I remember that with the kids and their dog when she was a puppy. Yes, ma'am, I'm here again. Hey, Joy, how are you? Dogs were lazy last night too, Priscilla. Hey, everybody. Yeah, ma'am, I was just saying to the people on here, the reason that I'm doing this live this morning at this time instead of 3 hours from now, I just before I went to bed, my glasses, I'm repeating myself, everybody, but my glasses, I was sitting there and I heard snap, crackle, pop, and the lens going into the metal portion popped out, and now my glasses are all wonky, so I can't really see without them. So I have to, I called the optometrist. I'm going in probably 1:30, 2 o'clock this afternoon to see if I can get them fixed, and then book an appointment to get a new set of glasses. I've been putting it off for a couple months, so yeah. Did everybody see Chris Oconee on Michael Fires Jr.'s live stream just a few minutes ago? He's a great guy, isn't he? Super nice. Really interesting about all the hiking he's done in that. I didn't know if I had subscribed to him or went to his channel, but he's got a great channel. I must have looked at it when I first went on Michael's channel, so gonna have to check Chris Oconee out again. Oh, hi, within hiking distance. Oh, that's okay. That's no problem at all. I understand you can only stay for a minute, and that's fine. I appreciate you coming. And I honestly, if everybody's talking to Kay later, please tell her I didn't do this purposely. I just can't make 2 o'clock today in 3 hours because, like I was saying, my glasses broke last night. Had to call the optometrist. Going to go see if they can fix them. The lens and the metal portion broke last night, and it won't stay on my face well enough. So I'm going to see if they can correct it and get an eye appointment and get some new glasses for next week. So I apologize. I'm not ignoring anybody. If I stop, somebody said to me yesterday, no dead air, but I can't sit there and talk for 30 or 40 minutes straight. I'd love to, but everybody here, it's great. And the chat's going so quick. I'm able to drop down for a few seconds, take a look. We just go from there. So like I said, this isn't like a set topic every day. I'm going to talk like I'm just talking to my best friends, talking to my friends sitting around having a coffee or a drink and that. So just take that. If you want to stop in, see what everybody has to say, and just say hello, that's perfect. I'd appreciate it. Have 4 or 5 people here, so thanks. If you want to hit the, to like that, I appreciate it, but it's up to you. Hope you get it fixed. I'm just reading a few things. That's all, everybody. Oh, ma'am, I appreciate you sharing me on Twitter. Thanks very much. And I'm on Twitter too. But I'm not under Idiot of the Day. If you want to add me, or I'll try to add you, I'm JWILS99 5150 on Twitter. It's just 5150 was something Eddie Van Halen from Van Halen I was into years ago, and favorite number, so I just added it to my Twitter. Within hiking distance, I caught one of your videos. I don't know if it was this morning or last night. I think it was this morning. Your adventure with your family, it's fantastic. I love it. I love these adventure channels, travel channels. They're so interesting. I wish I had a much better camera, but for now, what I have will do. And but I love watching them. I love everybody's channels. But I feel when I'm watching them, I feel like I'm right there with everybody. It's you know, there's nothing better than traveling. You know, that's what everybody should spend a good portion of their life. I did many years traveling. I traveled over in Australia a long time ago, and I probably had the best time of my life. We went down from Sydney to Cairns, out to, you know, to Ayers Rock, and that just had a great time. And I always wish I could have visited New Zealand, but one day. Yeah, no, Brecon Glass is not the best. Everybody, I'm not leaving. I'm just gonna show you what I was wearing just a few minutes ago. I figured these glasses, even broken, are better than wearing these. You know, and I can't see anything, and I feel like I'm in ZZ Top or something. So, anyways, look at the bags. Yeah. Read through. Oh, hey, Jerry's Wood Shop and Outdoors. How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, coffee and chat. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Joy, I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to get the Keurig going and get like what is it, coffee chat or something, coffee talk or something. You know, remember Linda Richmond from Saturday Night Live years ago? Oh, yeah, within hiking, yeah, go get your little one dressed. Apologize. Go have a great one. Yeah, Australia, love it. Definitely, definitely do it if you're able to. It's great. Oh, Jerry, I apologize. If my feed's buffering for you, I'm very sorry, okay? Oh, within hiking distance, no problem. Yeah, this is, like I said, I don't have something set every time. This is just not say hi to everybody and not just talk about their day and see what they're up to this weekend. Have a great weekend and have a great day with your family, okay? Nice to see you. Thanks again. And like I said to everybody, if they're talking to Kate, it's no disrespect. This was just because I'm not able to do this at 2. And I wanted to try to get something out today and then be back to the beginning of the week. But did everybody, I think it was last night I checked out, does everybody know Nomadic Bike? He's a great fella. He's on a lot of the different streams, and that great fella. I caught, I think it was his latest video, and that he didn't have time for a live stream, so he put out a video. It's about life in a van, living in a van, and kind of living outdoors, I guess. And you know, how some people either don't show respect and not think the people living out in a van maybe beneath or whatever it is. But I totally agree. You know, you don't know what somebody's going through. It's like he said in his video. You know, maybe somebody's either lost their job or they're working. They could be working, still living in the van. You know, they may not be making that. May not be able to make the rent every month because it's, you know, inflation. You know, it's increased so bad for everybody. Housing charges, you know, rent, mortgages, food expenses, everything. You know, sometimes it's definitely hard, and especially look at older people as they retire. You know, people have pensions and that, but sometimes the government is able to fund a certain portion each month, and you know, but it's definitely not enough for these people. They've spent, you know what, 35, 40 some years of their life working. They definitely should be definitely be supported in that in their old age, because you know what, we all get older. Each day we're headed down the same road. So I hope you know, people are able to help, and I hope the government does take a different change. But this is not political in any way. This is just saying, going through Nomadic Bike's video, and you know, show appreciation to some of the people, because there's a lot of good people out there. You know, there are people begging, but I find these aren't the people begging. Like he was saying, these are good people that have lives, and you know, not that they're down on their luck. Maybe they just don't want to live the way society wants them to live. So you know, next time you see someone like that, even if you say hello, you know what? It's like that person that you see on the street. Not everybody's just wanting it for booze or drugs or whatever it is. Some people actually need it. You know what? You know the ones that actually need it. You know, the ones that are like kids. Unfortunately, there's support out there, but some of them do need assistance too. But some of them really, you know, they tell them you go buy them. You know what? Go buy them a dinner. How many? Unfortunately, the ones that really need it, they're going to take the money and or take the dinner. The ones that won't, you know what they want it for. Anyways, sorry to get off topic. I just wanted to go on about nomadic bikes. Last video, check it out. It's great, everybody. East Mesa Urban Homestead, Arizona in the house. Hi, I'm definitely gonna. I don't know if I will definitely check out. I'm going to have to check your channel. I may already be on with your channel, but definitely when I run through the chat here after, I will definitely check out your channel. Everybody check out East Mesa Urban Homestead. Yes, Jerry's Wood Shop and Outdoors. I like to have subs that share my page like you do. Jerry, you have a wonderful, great station. You know, everybody check out Jerry's Wood Shop and Outdoors. Everybody check. Everybody's talk to everybody. You know, I realize not everybody can read everybody's or go to everybody's channel, but please check everybody's out. There's a lot of good people on these feeds and then on these streams and on their videos and channels and that. So please check everybody out. Joy, thanks very much for sharing Jerry's channel on Twitter. If you want to add me, Joy, to Twitter, I'd appreciate it as well. I'm not, like I said, Idiot of the Day on Twitter. I'm JWILS 99. Actually, let me type that out. Let me actually make sure that I am that. I might be giving everybody the misinformation. I've spent a bit, so I don't actually remember what my Twitter name is here. Oh, actually, I'm wrong. You know what? Let me write that out again. Let me write that again. Sorry, I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just going to type this into the stream. There. That's my Twitter account. If anybody wants to check it out, it's just like my personal account. It has my family and that on it, so it won't say anything about Idiot of the Day. But my name's Jeff, so you'll see that if you come across it. But oh, hi, Bottle Caps. It's nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming over. I appreciate it. Much appreciated. So I have one other fella to talk about today. About a day or two ago, I went to check out. He's been on through my channels and that for a while. A fella named Fantastic Joe. I don't know if you've caught his channel or any of his videos. He's a really nice fella. This fella, you know what? The video that he was talking about the love of music in his life. And you know what? I couldn't agree anymore. I don't know if anybody else. My life is spent. My life is my family. That's pretty much what I'm here for, and what I get up for each and every individual day. But my second love would be music. You know, I couldn't make it maybe in music in my life. Not it. The rare minimal portion of society makes music their life, other than you know, enjoyment, and that for me is what I love. The enjoyment of music. I love a lot of different types. I like progressive. I like rock. I like some jazz. But you know, I like to sit down and play the guitar once in a while. I played for 30-some years, and I love it. If anybody else has any appreciation of music, let us know. I can't make the channel all about that, because some people could talk about it a little bit better than I could. But you know what? Love it. I can't say enough about music either. Fantastic Joe. I so appreciate your video the other day. It made me rethink of things again, and think, you know, and I have to remind myself what music really means to each and every one of us. Hello, Big Keg. How are you, buddy? You know what? You were fantastic last night. I I think it was around 8 or 9 our time, so a big difference your time in Australia. You were so great last night. We watched you on Recycle Dude's live feed. My wife and my son, just before I went to bed, we turned it on, and he got to sit down. My wife put you in her. She subscribed to you. She thought you were great. Oh my gosh, you were so funny when Recycle Dude was playing the guitar when he switched from his old acoustic to that. I don't know if was it a Washburn. I can't remember what he said, but you were hilarious. I thought, oh my gosh, Big Keg. My wife, when she saw you, she thought of her dad. So you made her night. Thank you so much. And your sense of humor. My wife's family are from way up north, quite a bit up north in northern Ontario and Canada. But yeah, you reminded her of her father, and you made her cry because yesterday was a kind of a real important day for her in her life. So you made her day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, bottle caps. Big Keg's fantastic, isn't he? Oh, it's a Fender, was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know. I just caught the tail end of that portion. And was he playing what, Billy Joel or something? Oh my God, that was funny, hilarious. But yeah, Recycle Dude, he's a pretty good fella too, isn't he? Sure is. Yeah, no, Big Keg. You know what? She added you, and she thought, you know what? When I have some, unfortunately, my wife doesn't spend as much time on YouTube as I probably do, but you know what? My son does, and I think my son was going to add you too. He thought he here my wife's French Canadian, so here up north they call papa, like that just means grandfather. Um, but anyways, they loved you. Yet you really made their night. The show was fantastic. So anyways, it's Friday. I was saying to everybody, the reason I made this feed a little earlier this morning instead of 3 hours from now was because I just before I headed to bed, I heard a crunch and I was laying on the couch, and the next thing I noticed, my glasses broke. The lens and the wired frame disconnected, and now they're all like wonky and that. So I pretty much was wearing these all morning, making it look like ZZ Top, and I couldn't do that. I can't go through life like that. So I had to call the optometrist and set up an eye appointment. He's going to try to fix them, mend them together this afternoon, and get me in to get a new pair of glasses. So hopefully by the end of the weekend or next week, I have a new set. So I'm not blind as a bat. Let me see here. Running for Your Life 365. How are you? I just saw you on, pretty sure it was on Michael Fire Jr.'s live chat. Thank you so much for coming over. You know what I was saying to everybody, even if it's just for a second, I much appreciated. You know what? I realize Kay does have a show, and I won't do this to her again. Please, if anybody is talking to her, just let her know. I didn't mean to take a few people away from her show this morning. I just can't be here in 3 hours. That's all. But oh hi, Northumberland County Vlogs, Gaming, and RC. Thank you so much for spending some time over here. I saw you over on Michael's channel earlier as well. Thank you again, buddy. I really appreciate it. Oh yeah, no, Jerry's Wood Shop and Outdoors. I wouldn't mind at all. Anybody, like I said, this isn't really mine. This is yours. You know, thank God for YouTube, because we're able to say whatever we want in a roundabout way. We can't say, you know, I don't want to say any profanity or anything for any kids. You know, it is daytime and I don't want to get myself in trouble. But yeah, no, definitely promote. I love to hear whatever you say. I'm going to keep talking, but whatever you have, put in there. I love to see everything. Renee D, Guitar Suite. Hey, how are you, buddy? I need to get over sometime today and check one of your other videos out. If you want to see a really great guitarist that does like covers and on his channel, check out Renee D Guitar Suite. Awesome fella. You know what? Big Keg, check him out. If you like AC/DC, and I'm pretty sure everybody loves. I love Angus, but I love Malcolm. That's to me, Renee, or Renee. I apologize if I don't know. So whatever it is, if my favorite definitely was Malcolm Young. Yep, most underrated rhythm guitarist of all time. Even, you know what, Eddie Van Halen. still to this day says one of the most underrated guitars of all time is Malcolm Young. So yeah, definitely check his channel out. Great covers and that, just fantastic. Kind of music, I guess. I don't know, late 40s. So that's why I love it. They never changed, and thank God, because so many change the styles, and it's great to move on, but sometimes it's great to appreciation of the blues and old style of rock and that. So thank goodness for AC/DC. Big K, gotta show support. Yeah, Northumberland, thumbs up, everyone. Joyster, yes, to Renee. Great channel, everybody. Big K, if you're talking to me, I don't know, but my name's Jeff. Yeah, station's called Idiot of the Day, but my name's Jeff. What happened was, a little while ago, a few months ago, ran into a guy, had road rage out on the road. My wife goes, "There's an idiot. He's an idiot of the day." And it stuck in my head. I said, you know what? I'm going to do a channel that's called Idiot of the Day. It's just about, it wasn't about him specifically. It's pretty much about, instead of getting upset and that, it's just voicing my opinion on those people that you run into every day. Because I don't care who you are. Everybody's going to run into somebody they don't care for, or that's cut them off or done something to them. But you know what? Life, you can't do something to these people. You just have to let it roll off your shoulders. Otherwise, you go crazy. But yeah, that's the only reason for the name. But yeah, my name's Jeff. My wife wants to make a banner that said Jeff, his show. But but anyways, yeah, we're just still gonna call it Idiot of the Day. Let me see. Jerry, I'm doing a giveaway video sometime today. If everybody wants to come over, any friend of the idiots, friend of mine. Hey Jerry, what time are you doing it? Right now it's 11:22 Eastern time and that. So do you want to let us know? Just maybe type in what time you're doing it. Maybe it'll pop up on the notifications. I might not be able to see it if it's in the next couple hours because I gotta go out for a bit, but I'll definitely check it out after for sure. But everybody go to Jerry's Woodshop and Outdoors channel. Looks like he's gonna have a giveaway video, so that'd be great, everybody. Yeah, Big K, love the old stuff too. But yeah, I'm starting to get there. I'm 48, so my wife, not my wife, but my kids, they tell me how old I am just about every other day. Tamboki, hello, how are you? Great to see you. Thank you so much for coming over. Much appreciated. Everybody say hi to Tamboki. Yes, Jeff, Big Keg, Jeff, Jeff. I'm Canadian. I was, my dad's family were from Ireland, and yeah, they just Jeff, yeah, Jeffrey, but I've never gone by that in my life. Just Jeff always. Big Keg, thanks. Yeah, Renee, awesome fella. Yeah, check his stuff out. When you hear him do AC/DC, oh my God, it's so great. I just love it. Everybody check his channel out. He's a great mate. Great fella. Jerry's Woodshop and Outdoors. It should be sometime this evening. I'm not sure exactly. Just hit that bell. Oh yeah, definitely. It will a notification come up, Jerry? Hopefully, if I imagine it will. But if it's got the notification, it should. Yeah, I think it pops up when your video pops up in our notification. So that'll be good. Does anybody have any issues? I don't know. When I set this only a few minutes before Michael Fire Jr.'s the end of his live stream, because I didn't know I was going to do it. I was going to try for 2, but I just couldn't do it today. So I thought I'll get one over with today, put in half an hour and just get on and say hello to everybody before the weekend starts. But did any notification come up for this? I really don't know, because I've had a lot of people say the same thing, not just this show, but a lot of the shows, they're not getting notified. Usually I've been trying the last couple of days, put the notification for the half hour pops up, so they pop up for everybody. But honestly, I don't know if notifications aren't working for some people, because I found some people's videos, they came up and the notification bell was rang, but nothing popped up for them. So I'm just wondering if anybody else is having that issue. Cobus Dubas, hello, how are you? It's great to see you, buddy. Oh, sub and then resub. Oh, okay, Jerry, thanks. Hey, Nomadic Blake, I was just talking about your video was it from last night about van life? I told everybody to go and check it out. Buddy, you know what? That was the most truth and honest video I've ever come across on YouTube. So please, everybody, go check it out. He's a real great fella, Nomadic Bike. Really, really enjoy him. You couldn't ask for a nicer guy. I mean, everybody, you know what I'm trying to say. Just a very, very honest fella here. Oh, good, Joy. Thanks. Big Keg. No notification. Sorry about that. I apologize. I don't know. You know, when you set up the live stream, it says to set up a time, and then it looks like it's going to count down, like if you do it half an hour. So I go off and I open up another tab. I'm off streaming, doing whatever else for the next half hour. But I noticed when it was 11 today, but when 2 o'clock rolls around, the video, I don't see the live stream starting. Is there something I'm supposed to be doing? Because it just doesn't seem to be working for me. So I just wondered if somebody else, I think it was the Purchards. She does a live stream on Thursday evening and that from the UK. She said her streams don't pop up either. She has to actually hit the live stream herself. Sometimes I do. I just want to, Priscilla, have to retap on the bell. A lot of channels. I did get notifications for the stream. Okay, great. Thanks. Yeah. Oh, Nomadic Bike. Buddy, you know what? Ever since the first time I came across you, you know, every time I see it and I check out your videos, I couldn't be any happier. You're doing great, and you know, I really appreciate you even popping over for a second. Thanks a lot, buddy. I really appreciate it. Nomadic is a great fella. Everybody, please check him out. He's supportive of everybody. He doesn't have a bad thing to say about anyone. So please check him out. Undead Otter, how you doing, bro? Brittany Garcia, hey, how are you? Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Much appreciated. Oh no, Undead Otter. You know, you don't have to say, even if it's for a second. Thanks again. Oh, coffee streams in a few minutes. Is it okay? I'll try to see it once I get off here if I can pop on there for a few minutes. I'm only going to stay on for the next few minutes, guys. I want to ask, anybody have anything exciting going on this weekend? Usually, okay, I've got 2 kids, a 10-year-old boy, Ethan, and a 15-year-old daughter named Jenna. So my son lives with my wife and I, and my 15-year-old daughter, she lives with her mom. She's with us every week, and I'm lucky. I know a lot of fellas that are in my situation, either get their kid every other weekend or maybe 1 or 2 days or whatever. But I luckily just about get her 3 days a week, so I couldn't ask for anything better. This has been going on for, you know, almost since she was 2. So she's my life with my son and my wife. So she's a member just like everybody else. Unfortunately, this weekend she's not here with us. Her and her mom had to go up north to to my ex-wife's sister's wedding, so we won't get to see her. So I'm, you know, just not sad, but you know, I'll be missing her this weekend. So I really, I can't wait till next week till she's home. But I just want to see. I might run a minute or 2 over on Dead Otter, so I apologize. But yeah, what's everybody doing this weekend? I think we may go out for our local tour this weekend. We try to always go for a drive and try to find some great places to see on the weekend with the family, and you know, do the shopping and all that thing, you know, the tedious things that life comes for the weekend. Does anybody have anything they want to share that they're doing this weekend? Any exciting trips or anything planned? Anything going on with their family or whatever it would be, even work? Big Keg. Yes, I just found this, checking my notifications. Missed your stream yesterday. Oh, hey, Big Keg. That's no problem. No worries. ASMR Kitty. Hey, how are you? It's great to see you. Thank you so much for coming over. I'm just reading through. ASMR Kitty. Gemma is my little cousin's name. Beautiful. Is Gemma on here? My wife, not my wife. Apologize. My daughter's name's Jenna. So it kind of sounds like Gemma, but yeah, Jenna. But that Gemma is a beautiful name. Definitely a beautiful name. Does anybody check Gemma? Is it Gemma Autism? She's on Michael Fire's live stream. I have her on one of my channels here. I don't want to mess the name up, so it's Gemma with about autism or with autism. I I don't want to screw that up, so I'm sorry, everybody. She's a very, very nice young lady. Oh, Jerry, you got to go to Colorado. Do you? Can you shoot any video while you're there? If you get any shots, yeah, put them up on your channel and put a video up. That'd be great. Oh, Mrs. Craft Beer Pours. That's fine. Thanks very much. You know what? Craft Beer Pours. I went to their channel and oh my gosh, was it last week? The fella, what's his name? Mick. He was on. Was Mrs. Craft Beer Pours. What a fantastic show they had. I just loved it. Yeah, Mick's stuff came up last night, but it was coming to the end of the night, so I haven't had a chance. He was doing, I don't know if it was a review or a joke, but I'll have to check that out again. Well, Farmers Market, Joy, that sounds like fun. Actually, you know what? That's what we're doing. We're going to, it's called Trails End here in London. It's, you know, get fruits and vegetables. We have to get, my wife usually stocks up, gets the stuff, cuts it up, makes stuff for, you know, she loves to buy like peppers by the bushel. She cuts them up, sticks them in the freezer, and then we usually have stuffed peppers, or she dices them up. And when we have stir fry, you know, we've got, you know, peppers, onions, all that stuff ready to go. So yeah, perfect. Farmers Market is awesome. East Mesa Urban Homestead. Going to start planting in my raised bed. Well, have a great weekend, okay? Priscilla, no plans yet, but that could change. Road trip to Connecticut, Seaport area, Mrs. Craft Beer Pours. That sounds awesome. I've been to, oh gosh, we went out there years ago when we were going out east. I think I was in New Hampshire, and my apologies. It was so long ago, but I hope you have a great time. I hope it's good weather for you. Big Cake, don't stop. You got us here. Keep going. Yeah, I've only been doing half an hour. I didn't know if I could keep going for an hour. So if I can keep going, I'm going to keep going, everybody. That's, you know, it is nice to see. Oh man, we've got 14 people. That's great. Yeah, everybody say hi to Mrs. Craft Beer Pours. Craft Beer Pours is a great channel. I love when he does it. It's because I was saying to his wife, Mrs. Craft Beer Pours, you know, I love the beers, the craft beers they have, but unfortunately here in Canada, you know, we're getting the local and like Ontario and the Canadian ones, so we don't get that option. That imagine there's so many more options in the United States than here. So, but I love seeing them because the one can, I forget what it was called, your husband was doing the other day. I just love the graphics. They're amazing. And it's so funny. I'll watch them first in the morning with getting the kids ready and that for school. All I can think of is, oh my God, is it 5 o'clock yet? Because I can't have a pour at this point too early. But you have a wonderful station. Oh, ASMR Kitty? No, that's okay. You know what? I get rambling sometimes, and my wife says, slow down. You're ahead of yourself. You're going to get caught up or something and miss what you've had to say. I'm always thinking ahead. That's my problem. I've got so much going around in there. Yeah, I've always been that person. I've got too much on my plate. I can't just settle down and slow down. So you know what? Please tell me to slow down. I'd appreciate that. Autism with Grace. Yes, Gemma is awesome, isn't she? Or as Michael says, Gemma. I love that. Neoblade Gaming. Oh, thanks a lot for stopping by, even for a second. Priscilla, you got to go. Have a great day. Have a great day, everyone. Priscilla says, yeah, you too. Have a nice weekend, Priscilla. Oh, ASMR Kitty, are you going to, you said going to visit family in Houston, Texas. Oh my gosh. I've been in Texas twice, and the only time in Texas, the airport, I never actually stepped on soil, only in the airport, going through connection flights and that. Love to go to Texas. It's the biggest state, right? Yeah, no, I love to go to Texas. You know, always want to go to Arizona, and you know, been through California, San Francisco, loved it, but always wanted to go to Utah, Arizona, a few of the other states. Then I love to go to New Mexico. Oh my gosh, New Mexico, Texas. I think of New Mexico and Texas. I think of Texas on you know, the Gulf. You know, a few years ago, we took the family down to Florida. We went down to Palm Beach, West Palm Beach. I forget what it was called. And we're on the west side, and it was the very first time I'd been to Florida a million times, and just on the East Coast, on the Atlantic side. I'd never seen the Gulf coast in my life. You know, I've been on the Pacific, I've been in the Indian Ocean, I've been all over, but I'd never seen the Gulf. And I thought, you know, I love the Atlantic Ocean, but I love the Gulf. The Gulf, I think, you know, seeing the sunsets at night, 6 o'clock at night, the most beautiful sunsets I'd ever witnessed. So, yeah, the West Coast, absolutely love that. Sorry, I'm Islands of Fun. Hey, good morning. How are you? It's great to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really, truly appreciate it. My gosh, 15. Six Hand Spice. Say hi to Six Hand Spice. Islands of Fun. Everybody say hello to these two. Joy, thank you. Thanks very much. ASMR. You know what? I do the same thing. What I found, you know, do the dishes, or I have to do a few things around the house sometimes. I can't have this on 24/7. But if I'm off doing something, if I can sit down and, you know, watch it, that's great. But if I can't, it's kind of fun to just sit and listen. You know, the videos, it's not the same thing to just sit and listen, or be doing something and listening. But like the live shows, you're right. It's like listening to maybe not mine, but I find it like listening to the radio. What I need is somebody sitting right next to me. My wife. The only problem is would be night, and by that time she's exhausted, not dealing with the kids. Maybe one day, but yeah, I need a side partner, like a not a puppet, but I need somebody with me, be able to spiel some of this stuff off. But let's just go through. Oh, there's my wife now, Jojo G. Oh, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Thanks for popping in for 1 second. Yeah, Jojo G's my wife. She's at work doing the grind, which I should be, but that'll come in the future. Yeah, no, the reason I'm last year, my work after many years, they did downsizing. That's what's happened to me. I've been off for a few weeks with my lower back issues, and when I went to go back, they'd already been in the process of downsizing, and I kind of had idea after I went off what they might do. And when I went back, not any fault of theirs. It's just that's business, and unfortunately, everybody. You know, you get to a certain point, you think, oh, you're set. You know, I'm gonna probably retire with this, but it's not always the case. But sometimes that's not the worst case. Sometimes you can get into a rut and realize, you know, that's really not for me. So best on to move on, and that's what I'm doing. Just recently, you know, at the last 6 weeks or so, my back has been on the mend. I didn't know if I was going to have surgery for it, but it's funny. I was out at the drugstore getting prescription filled. And I literally walked out of the car, and I'd been hunched over for 3 or 4 months. I could hardly walk. I was like an old man. And I literally walked into the drugstore to get my prescription. And as I was walking in, I went from this to this. I literally stood up straight, and I had to stop dead for a second to realize how did this just disappear? But it literally just disappeared. So I'm feeling great. But anyways, yeah, in the future, things will be getting back to normal for everybody here. Hey, Harry, how are you again? ASMR Kitty. My mind wanders and goes fast forward. I wish I had a way of slowing my thoughts down. Texas is hot, and we have bipolar weather. Yeah, no, here it's been hot this past summer. Unfortunately, we get like lake effects in the winter, and that humidity here in this part of Ontario is terrible. You know what? I've seen the heat, and I don't mind the heat, but this humidity is terrible. It's like a wet feeling. You feel like you can never get out of it, but fall's on the way, thank goodness. Neil Blade Gaming, say hi to Neil Blade Gaming, everybody. Islands of Fun, always a pleasure. Six Hand Spikes, the humidity in Texas, that's tough. Do you actually get humidity? I didn't know down that portion of the United States if there was a lot of humidity, or if it was dry like in Arizona and Nevada, and that I didn't know, because I love to go to Nevada and Arizona and New Mexico and Texas. Mrs. Craft Beer pours. I go a mile a minute. So do I. My wife. It's kind of funny, you know. I don't think you can meet your other half and you both be the same. If you were, life would be very boring. My wife is the most laid back person. I can be too, but when my kids get involved, probably not. I go off the handle just like everybody does once in a while. But yeah, no, I go on a mile a minute, and it's nice to have that calmness with my wife. She settles me down, so that's a good thing. Instant replay. Hi, how are you? Yes, happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming over. I really appreciate it. Nomadic bike, my day is great. That's good. How's the weather where you are, Nomadic bike? Does it look like it's going to be a good, nice weekend? Yeah, how's the weather? How's the weather, everybody? What's it like out? Today's hot. It seems it's September 21st. I think it's technically the first day of fall. So fall doesn't look like it's here yet. Yeah, big keg. Yeah, bad backs do suck. You're right. Not a good thing. I had a problem with like the L5 and some, I can't remember the exact discs and that, but they were like protruding and they seemed like they were, the doctors always said that, you know, eventually they may just pop back into place. And so far I'm back there right now for the last 6 weeks or so, or a little more, a little less, but I've been doing great. I went to physio for a bit, and, you know, do exercises every day and that seems to help. Without the exercises, I couldn't get up and go on. So it's my problem now getting back into the workforce. For years I worked for a company where I worked in a warehouse, and half my day was I'd unload. The trucks would come in, you'd have to unload some of them, put the things away, and that. So you're lifting 50, 80-pound boxes every time. You might put 300-400 away. And then the other portion of my day was the ordering. So the company that we worked for, they had a larger portion of the company downtown. And the computer, what I would do is pull up the orders for the day after lunch, and it's spend the rest of the afternoon doing all the ordering that was coming in for the next day. So that was a busy portion of my day in that. But yeah, that it's just wear and tear on the back, and that's what happened. And so the doctor says at this point, what you need to do is find something where it's a little more less tedious, like a little less on the lifting side and that. So I need to find something, and that's where we're running into now. So, but something will come up, and my wife's been very supportive of that. Arizona rocks. East Mesa Urban Homestead. Yes, I would love to go to Arizona. Georgia, still hot here. Yeah, I've only been in Georgia once. Years ago, we were going down to Florida, and we stopped. I have a distant relative that lives in Georgia that we actually just met a few years ago. We didn't even realize this portion of the family existed. Somebody found it on like Ancestry. So we went over to Michigan for a weekend, and we met all these people. They were from Massachusetts, Georgia, a few other southern states in California, and I think some in Texas. But yeah, we met a lot of nice people we never met, but the one distant cousin lives in Georgia. ASMR Kitty, herniated disc at the L5. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It is horrible pain, isn't it? Well, no, that's fine. But you know what? I didn't know it. At first I was treating it with heat. I couldn't do heat. I can do the ice and, you know, just do the physio exercises, and that seems to help. Joy Stewart, I speak Taiwanese fluently. Nomadic bike, Illinois, it's hot, but not as humid as when I lived in Florida. Yes, my brother's in Illinois too. Nomadic bike. He says it's so different there. Some of the places, he says it's so open, the countryside. It reminds, we're in southern Ontario, so where he is in Illinois, he lives close to Bloomington, Illinois. He said it's kind of, the countryside's like what it is here in southern Ontario. A lot of farming areas in the area and stuff. Ooh, big keg, you crushed the L1, broke 2 others. Yikes. Yikes. Are you okay now? That's horrible. Oh, you did a video where you were in the hospital, didn't you, the other day? Gosh. I'm just reading a few more. Yeah, Jojo G, that's Joe, my wife. Thanks very much for stopping in. Go have a good one. Okay, I'll talk to you after lunch for a few minutes. ASMR Kitty, I had a laminectomy. Sorry if I mispronounced. Done back in 2004 due to a blown disc. That was awful. Now and again, the pain, I can imagine. Big cake. Thanks for saying hi to my wife. I appreciate it. Joe, if you see this, big cake, saying hello. Joy, thanks very much for saying hi to my wife. Six Hand Spice, yes, ASMR Kitty. I hope your pain does go away or subsides for you, because it's horrible to live with that. Nomadic, you love Georgia. I was just saying I've only been there once. I'd love to go back. My God, the pecans! I love pecans. Such and such spice. Is that here? I'll have to take a look again. Yes, nomadic. A lot of cornfields. Yeah, same here. The area we are used when tobacco used to be was more popular than it is today. A lot of the area in this portion of Ontario had tobacco fields. Not as much anymore. They seem to be going. There's so many different more crops that they're going to, but a lot of corn here too. A lot of corn, soybeans, different vegetables. As you get closer to Detroit, you do get like the fruits and vegetables are. It's on. Right now we're surrounded by like the Great Lakes, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, Lake Huron. That's why we get these winter effects and stuff. But yeah, the fruits and vegetables down here in the summer. Oh my gosh, sweet corn, couldn't ask for anything better. Peaches and cream, sweet corn, the best. Big K. Yes. Oh, that's right. Hernia operation. I was so drugged up and made a video. Yes, that's right. I'm sorry about that. You know what? There's been a few on here. Somebody had their foot operated or toe operated on. I was right. You did have that hernia operation. How are you feeling from that now? Nomadic. I've been all over the East Coast in the U.S. I want to cross the Mississippi so bad, though. I've never crossed the Mississippi. Years ago, my wife and I went down to Nashville, and then oh my God, we have to make another trip to Nashville. We only spent a day or so in Nashville, and that was so much fun. We took the car and we rented a car from Nashville, and we went to Memphis. Now Memphis, my wife is the biggest Elvis fan. That's the main reason we went. She wanted to go to Graceland, and we went and we had a great time. We had the best time. It's funny, you get to Memphis, you get down into Tennessee, and you think you're going to see all this Elvis stuff. And I think in Nashville we saw one Elvis impersonator. That was it. But the rest of Memphis, I thought it was going to be everywhere. But Elvis Presley Boulevard, it was the only area pretty much that we found any like souvenirs and stuff on Elvis. Maybe it's meant to be that way. Maybe they've set it up that way. We stayed at the Heartbreak Hotel right across the street and saw the Lisa Marie, the airplane that he had for his daughter back in, I guess, was it 70s or the end of the 60s. But yeah, if you ever get to go to Graceland, what an amazing place. It's surprising, like on TV and in the movies, it always looks so much bigger. You get there, it's not as big as you think, but absolutely beautiful. The upkeep is amazing. When you get there, if you get to go see across the street where, like the museum where they have all the stuff, his cars and bikes and the airplane inside, my gosh, he did have the money. I mean, the man lived. He was the king, I guess, of rock and roll. His bed, I've never seen a bed. It was in this airplane that was, I think, was it at the end? The middle portion, he had like a table. It was like the table looked like something on Air Force One. And in the corner, he had like his chair. It was like it's like he was Captain Kirk from Star Trek or something. He controlled everything. Everybody would drink and do whatever, and he would drink his soda pop or whatever there. And in the back, he had his place that he could sleep and I guess have visitors or whatever. Then they had like a washroom, and the washroom, okay, until you see this, the washroom, the sink was gold, not gold plated. It was gold. The handles, everything, and even in the seats, the people would sit in on the plane, the belt buckles, gold. Just beautiful. Sorry to rant on there, but that was Memphis. You got to go there, everybody. Just amazing. Go to Beale Street. I've never been to New Orleans, but I guess that's as close as you're going to get to the cooking. Oh my gosh, we went to BB King's. My wife did not like blues until she went there. We had the best catfish ever had. Catfish and banana bread pudding. The server there, that's what he recommended, and he said he only recommended the catfish. The best food I've ever had at BB King's in Memphis, and the best party we've ever had. I'd love to go back. So I'll have to keep you up on this. Nomadic, I was born in Cleveland. Were you? Yeah, you know what? was it 2000? No, 1996 or 97. Whenever the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame opened, my brother and my friend, we drove, I think it was 6.5 or 8 hour trip from where we are here in London. We went down to Cleveland for the day. We thought, oh, we'll be able to get tickets. Well, that didn't happen. We get there. I thought, maybe a couple $100. They were starting $800-900, going up to like $1,500 to $3,000. So at that point, we realized, we're not going to get anywhere close to the show. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's right there on the river, and right next to it, I guess it must be where, I don't know if the Cleveland Indians still play there, but the stadium is where the Cleveland Indians played. And that's where they're having the concert. And I remember, Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi, they were all there. I think Soul Asylum. They were all playing. They weren't playing their music. They're playing the oldies, the 50s and 60s, the real rock and roll music. So that would have been, you could hear it going on. And I remember driving in on the highway. We thought, what is that? We couldn't hear anything. And then also my brother looks over, right pretty much to eye level of the car, right next to us along the lake or river, was a bloody, what do you call it? Stealth bomber. It looked like it was going about a mile an hour. It literally just went like this, right? It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Hi, Anglo-Filipino. How are you? It's nice to see you here. Thank you so much. East Mesa Urban Homestead. I realize you have to go. Thanks. I really appreciate everybody coming in. I'm sorry if I'm rambling on. Tennessee is awesome. It is, isn't it? Oh my gosh. It's funny. Years ago, we go down to the Carolinas, and we go Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee and Kentucky. Oh my gosh, the mountains, the stables in Kentucky. Oh my gosh, some of the most beautiful scenery we've ever come across. Sorry, anybody else have anything they're doing this weekend? If I can keep this going for a couple more minutes, I'll keep 1 hour, if anybody can believe that I did this for an hour today. Oh my gosh. Joy Stewart, I loved your trailer, Anglo-Filipino. Everybody check Anglo-Filipino's channel out. Yeah, thanks. Big Keg, are you still in Australia? Do you know Nomadic RV? He's another fella. I think he's from Melbourne, but he, for the longest time, I thought he was in Australia, but I think he's in the States somewhere. I'm not 100% sure, but he was talking to me last night, and he was telling me, Big Keg, do you know where Nimbin is? If you know where Nimbin is, let me know. Nimbin and Wollongong. Nomadic bike. I lived in Kentucky near the Tennessee border for a long time. Loved it there. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Those, you know what? We were going to go down to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach a couple of years ago, but then one of the hurricanes hit, and you weren't able to get through to South Carolina. The part of the highway was washed out. So literally, we were leaving on the Friday night, and we found this out Thursday night, and we literally had to change our plans pretty much within 24 hours. My wife got on the internet, started doing her magic, and the next thing we ended up, if you believe, we ended up in Branson, Missouri. I never in a million years thought I was going to Branson, Missouri, but I've never been to Missouri, and absolutely beautiful. You know what? One day I'm going to go back to St. Louis. When I drove through St. Louis, I thought, if the family wasn't with me, I would have drove in and spent the day, because everybody was in a rush, so we wanted to get there. But I'm going to make it back to St. Louis some days. But Missouri, oh my gosh, it was beautiful. The one thing that I missed from going down to the Carolinas was going through the Smoky Mountains. I so wish that the kids and my wife would have been able to see that. I'll remember that. We used to go down to South Carolina every summer with my parents when I was a kid, years ago. But it's many years. But yeah, the Smoky Mountains, I can never forget that. We always went through Michigan and that, except when I was a kid, we went through New York State and then Pennsylvania and up through Virginia and all that. But yeah, excuse me, the Smoky Mountains, if you ever get a chance to see that, I imagine Nomadic, you've seen that over and over again. That's absolutely beautiful. Nomadic bike, yes. Nomadic RV, the other fella. Oh, is he Big Cake? He's driving around. You know him well. Good. Yeah, no, he's such a nice fella, isn't he? I am. Yeah, no, that's what I hear Nimbin is. No, my dad's cousin's daughter, my dad's cousin in the 50s, she was from just outside of Toronto where we lived when I was a kid. And she married a fella, he was from Australia. He worked for Honeywell and he came to Canada and then they were going to get married. So they moved back to Australia. He went all over. He went to New Zealand, uh, New Zealand, Australia, Boston. They had each one of their kids somewhere different. Their one kid was in Canada, one kid was outside of Boston, one kid was, I think, New Zealand, one was in Australia or something. But yeah, she now lives in Nimbin. She is with a fella. She's a lawyer that works at one of the universities. But that's, yeah, my wife said the same thing, that she thought that that's what Nimbin was. She looked it up, but I mean, that's what it is it? She said they live out in the middle of nowhere, and she showed a picture of one of the snakes in her backyard. The place she lives, I don't know if it's like a farm, but she has this snake wrapped around. My wife almost passed out when she saw it. But yeah, they always said if you ever get a chance to come back to Australia, to come to Nimbin. Unfortunately, the day we get to, the kids will be moved out. So, but yeah, I'd like to go to Nimbin. And years ago, back to 1991, I went to Australia, and my best mate Peter, he was a metallurgist in one of the mines in Wollongong. I think he lives in is it Miami? Not Miami Beach, but Miami, up at Surfers Paradise and that now. He became an architect and he's got a much better job and he lives way up there now. Beautiful country up there too. But oh my gosh, Surfers is brilliant. Oh, I remember going to Bondi and along Bondi in Sydney, along the beach. You're swimming out there for a bit, and then all of a sudden there's like nets, and I couldn't figure what the nets were. And some guy says, "Mate, you stay away from that. Get not too." And I had no idea what he's talking about. Needless to say, they're shark mesh or shark not cages, but along the whole beach and that, so the sharks don't come in for the tourists and that. So yeah, Bondi was great, but Surfers, oh my gosh, incredible. Best time I ever had was in Australia. Yeah, Puff Country, happy weed. You know what? Canada's going to be that very soon. I think either next month, either October, November. The government, everything's going to be legal here as well. Sankar Sunan, Angkor, Azano, beautiful channel. Thank you so much, buddy, for coming over. Much appreciated. Yes, doing something or typing and trying to listen to another talk. Grand Ann, Big Keg, I joined you. Oh, good. Say hi to Grand Ann, everybody. Big Keg, yeah, Snakes in the Street. I imagine. I was in Alice Springs, and I forget, we were one of the pubs one night. Oh man, the red sand out in Alice Springs. My gosh, you know what? Here you have, if you're up north and you see the sky and that, it's so different in Australia, especially the desert. I've never seen anything like it. If you ever get a chance to go to Australia, Big Keg, you live in one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Yeah, getting back quickly, I'll make this quick. The one pub we were in, it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I was going to take a leak, I guess, and I heard the sound, and I almost had a fit. It was this snake, and it was wrapped around the bottom of the bowl. I almost had a heart attack. I came running out of the washroom, and these fellas were on the ground laughing. They knew exactly what had happened when I came running out. But yeah, oh, Billy T, that brilliant. Billy T's, is it Billy T or something like that? You know, the tea that they do right out there in the desert. Oh my gosh, amazing. Oh, Joy, hi. Such a great time, Jeff. Thanks. Yeah, I'll wrap this up. I realize it's just about to have another minute. Then it's lunch, and I'll get off. I should go see Undead Otter. I think he was going on 11:30, so I'll get off, everybody. Sorry. But anyways, you know what? I really appreciate everybody. Yes, Mara, I need to dash. No problem. I'm going to get off. It's illegal here. That is. Yeah, no, Big Keg, it is here. But in another month or two, they're gonna be selling it in maybe the drugstores and like the pharmacists and that, and liquor stores here. They want to get in. The government wants. They want the cash. They want the tax money. They make huge tax money off it. See you, everybody. ASMR Kitty. Take care. Okay, great. Everybody, see you later. Okay, I'm going to get off. It's 12. I did pretty much an hour. Sorry I rambled on. I honestly was just going to do 30 minutes. And like I said, anybody sees Kay today at Happy Trails Hiking, just say I apologize and I'll talk to her later. Anyways, if you want to hit the like button, if you haven't hit it, that's great. But I appreciate each one of you for coming over. So much appreciated. And like I said, this is not the station we're going to sit and talk about my travels. This is just sit and talk to each other. Just a bunch of friends sitting around. Okay, everybody. Okay. Yeah. Take care, mate. Thanks a lot, Big K. Thanks, everybody. Okay. Have a great day, great weekend, and we'll see you next week sometime. Okay, everybody. Nomadic, take care, everybody. Okay. Have a great one. Bye. Thanks again.